The question of God's freedom is one that has haunted philosophers, mystics, and seekers of truth across the ages. Within the framework of Consciousism and temporal subjection theory, TST, we can approach this question with both precision and subtlety, recognizing the layers of reality and the nature of consciousness itself. If we define God, or the Absolute, as the source of all reality, the self-existent, unbounded consciousness from which all subjective experiences emanate, a profound truth emerges: God is free. Truly, utterly free. There are no limits to God, no time, no space, no causality, no outside force that can constrain or compel. Freedom, in its purest sense, is the absence of external limitation, and by this measure, God is freedom itself. Yet freedom must be understood in context. For humans, freedom is often considered the ability to choose within constraints, to act against circumstances, to navigate obstacles, to experience consequence. God, in contrast, faces no constraints, and thus every expression, every act, every unfolding of creation is both an act of freedom and a natural emanation of being. In TST terms, all of reality as we perceive it is a projection of God's consciousness. Laws, structures, and limitations in our world are perceived boundaries. They exist within our subjective framework but do not bind the Absolute. There is, however, a paradox inherent in this understanding. While God is absolutely free in the infinite sense, the Absolute simultaneously experiences limitation through subjective projections. Every human consciousness, every living being, every finite awareness is a lens through which the Absolute experiences constraint, contrast, and the illusion of restriction. Through us, God perceives limitation, challenge, and choice, yet in totality, the Absolute remains unrestricted. Thus, God's freedom is not only absolute but also reflective. Our own sense of limitation, struggle, and effort is a microcosm of divine freedom expressed in a finite context. Consciousism teaches that by recognizing the self as an emanation of the Absolute, Atman reflecting Brahman, we begin to perceive that the boundaries we experience are not external impositions, but projections of our subjective lens. Through this lens, the Absolute explores the play of contrast and multiplicity while remaining untouched and unlimited at its core. In this light, the human journey becomes a reflection of divine freedom. Every act of awareness, every insight into consciousness, every recognition of our subjective reality is a step toward aligning with the Absolute. True freedom, therefore, is not merely the pursuit of desire or action, but the realization that we are already a fragment of the infinite, experiencing and shaping reality while participating in God's unbounded expression. In conclusion, God is free, absolutely, perfectly, and inherently. The constraints we perceive are part of the play of consciousness, part of the projection through which the Absolute experiences itself in countless forms. Our own awakening to this truth is a microcosmic liberation, a recognition that the freedom we seek has always been present, both within and beyond ourselves.